What is going on, everybody? Well, today the news finally dropped of some casting announcements for the upcoming Terrifier 3, one of probably most people's most anticipated horror films of next year. And not really a big surprise, but it's good to finally have it written in stone that Lauren Lavera is coming back as Sienna, the new final girl, the arch nemesis character from Terrifier 2. One of the biggest things that everybody, including myself, walked away just loving about that second film. Elliot Fulham, who portrayed her little brother, is returning. Chris Jericho, Samantha Scafidi. I'm pretty sure she's the one who is the character from the first film who ends up mangled and kind of giving birth to art by the end of the second film. And then, of course, David Howard Thornton is going to be returning as Art the Clown, which, again, could have been speculated, but it's nice to have that written in stone because I can't imagine Art the Clown without David. So as of right now, aside from this casting announcement and having us fans reassured that all of our favorite characters and actors are going to be coming back to this franchise next year, the only real thing that we know about Terrifier 3 is that it's going to be set during the Christmas holiday. And there's been a few tidbits let loose where Damien Leone has been talking about how he's going to be scaling it back down to kind of the feel and the approach of the first film, where the second film was all about going bigger. And, of course, they've all been asking him questions about how are you going to outdo the kills or outdo the kill scenes. And he's been tight-lipped, but saying about how he has ideas on how he's going to top those. So not a whole lot to be known about Terrifier 3. But with this film being less than a year away, assuming it holds its release date, I wanted to talk about 5 things that I want in Terrifier 3. So the first one up here, being that we're going to be setting this movie during Christmas, I want to have plenty of Christmas flavor. You know, there's a lot of Christmas movies out there that are in the action genre or the horror genre or the thriller genre that are technically set on Christmas, but don't necessarily have a Christmassy feel. That's why to this day, we still have people that debate whether or not Die Hard's a Christmas movie. There's the people that believe that it is, and there's the people that are wrong. And so for me, I imagine a Terrifier 3 movie with Art the Clown running around and having a poster, which, where's that damn poster at? This right here, all right? If this is your teaser poster, this is your promotional art, and then it's paired with that teaser trailer that we got with Art the Clown putting the presents under the tree, and somebody meets a very grisly end, and it gets painted all across the walls. If we're going to start there, I want to have a Christmas feel, a Christmas vibe, Christmas-themed kills, maybe even Santa gets whacked at some point. But if we're going to set it during Christmas, let's set it during Christmas, baby. I want a snow-covered town that's going to be painted in red. Maybe Sienna's costume, her Valkyrie costume, gets a bit of a Christmas angel glow-up. Art the Clown, is he going to be walking around in his Art the Clown getup, or is he going to be walking around in a Santa getup? I don't know. Either one's good for me, but I really want them to lean into the Christmas side of things because there are so many movies that just don't harness that potential of the Christmas holiday. And with the amount of fun that they had with the Art the Clown character in Terrifier 2, being able to expand on all the different locations he goes to, and like the scene in the Halloween shop with all the different glasses, I have no doubt that Damien's absolutely going to do all of that. You're going to see a ton of in-jokes, a ton of dark, sadistic humor regarding the Christmas holiday, and I'm all for it. Coming in at number 2 for me is going to be, I really want the kills in this movie to lean a little bit more into the fun side of things. And I don't know if that's going to be a hot take or not, because Terrifier, of the 2 movies so far, certainly have made a reputation for themselves as being like really extreme gore, going for the most painful kills ever. I mean, at this point, Art the Clown is the horror icon that everybody's like, please, like, if I could get killed by any of you fuckers, don't let it be Art. I mean, we had the chick get split in half upside down in the first film. We had that long kill scene in Terrifier 2 with the bedroom and the salt and the bleach. And it's just hard for me to, one, even think about a kill scene that could top what they went for in Terrifier 2 as far as brutality and pain and just drawing out how gross it was. And so I kind of feel like that would be a fun direction to go, especially if we're going to be set during the Christmas holiday for this one. You know, you don't have to shave down the gore, you don't have to shave down the intensity, but maybe a little bit more leaning into the jovial side of Art the Clown with his kills. Obviously, he's having fun with all of them, and you want your audience to win. But I feel like that might be a nice change of pace for this third film. You know, have like Christmas lights that are getting yanked and decapitating people, or, you know, I think even in this poster here, We've got people's heads or scalped faces, one or the other, that are inside decorating the tree. Like, that's good. Like, that's sick. It's twisted, but it's a little fun. Maybe somebody's tied to a chair and he's got a decapitated head of their loved ones, and then they look up and they're underneath the mistletoe and he makes them kiss the decapitated head. Actually, that's kind of fucked up. Coming in at number 3 for me, and honestly, my number 3 and my number 4 are pretty much givens at this point. I would be shocked if we don't get this in Terrifier 3, but they are absolutely priorities for me, so they got to be on this list. Number 3 is that I want to have the context and the further development of the connection, whatever connection there is between Sienna and Art. You know, these are characters that are very much tied somehow, either via something in their backstory that has yet to be unveiled, and then we could explore that here, or maybe something to do with Sienna's father. That was something that was hinted at very directly, and we didn't get a very a concluding answer to what exactly was going on there with her father's Art drawing her as a Valkyrie and drawing Art the Clown and drawing some of the victims. Maybe even something with Elliot Fulham's character. You know, is he going to be like a sidekick hero to Sienna's Valkyrie character? Is there some kind of a tie with both of them with Art? These are all things that were set up and hinted at and explored a little bit in Terrifier 2, but I definitely want to see a lot more concrete answers by the third film. You know, what is it about Sienna and this mystical blade and the Valkyrie outfit and all of that that ties her so indirectly to Art the Clown? Because the two very different visuals, psychotic, gore-fueled clown and magic, mystical Valkyrie, they don't seem to go together, but yet they worked so well together as a foil in Terrifier 2, and I want to know why. One of the things that I loved about the second film that made it a much better experience than the first film for me was all of that extra lore and storytelling and character development, and I want to see a lot of that come to fruition in this third film. Whether or not they conclude it or not, I want enough added in there to where it feels like a satisfying next step. Because if there was any frustration that I had with Terrifier 2, it was, you know, for a movie that has such a beefy length. Wow.
That's what she said.
For a movie with such an extended runtime, I felt like there was a bit of a frustrating amount of stuff left on the floor to be explored later. But that's just me selfish as a fan. But also at the same time, that's really the best criticism you can have, is that you didn't give me enough and I want more. Coming in at number 4 for me, and again, this is probably a given, is I want to know more about the little pale girl and, of course, Art the Clown. We're going to be 3 films in, and we still don't really know anything about what Art is, who Art is, where he came from, why he is, what his overall motivation and goal is, aside from just inflicting pain on people. And then that was tenfold whenever we added in the character of the little pale girl in the second film, because she very much seems like somebody that is tied to Art, whether that is somebody, maybe his first victim, or some kind of a demonic presence that is powering Art. Maybe she's the one who's in control of Art. We really don't know. But she has these powers where she can mimic people's voices. She has these eyes that glow. By the end of the second film, we had the character from the opening and the closing of the first Terrifier film kind of give birth, like a rebirth, to Art the Clown in that post-credit scene, and her eyes glowed the same as the little pale girl. So is the little pale girl possessing her? Are they the same person? Like, there's so many question marks. And I really want to know more about that, because, you know, while there is certainly a value to having an unexplained character and a character with a nondescript origin, and they just are what they are because that's the fucking way it is, I do think that Art the Clown is a character that we need a little bit, if nothing else. We need to know a little bit about where he came from. We need to know a little bit about how this demonic presence or whatever he or it is came to fruition. Again, we got a little bit of a hint in context with Sienna's father's drawings. You know, did he get manifested out of her father's drawings? Was it something where maybe her dad is Art the Clown? I mean, there was a bit of an explanation given to where her father was abusive by the end of it. Again, just nuggets, just tiny little morsels of ideas to expand upon and to let us fans sit and speculate over for the last year. So that's something that I definitely want. You know, maybe even more than the context for the connection with Sienna is I need to know what exactly Art the Clown is and what the hell is going on with this little pale girl. And finally, number 5 for me on the 5 things that I want from Terrifier 3. And if any of these are going to be a topic of debate, this is going to be the one. I think this should be the conclusion to the Terrifier series, at least for now. You know, slasher franchises never die. I mean, how many times have we just, put the fucking paddles to Michael Myers and went, clear, and he's back. So Terrifier can go on forever and ever. I mean, we could have 20 of these damn things by the time I'm in the ground. But I do want to see what Damien Leone and this creative team can do outside of the Terrifier franchise. And I do think that there's something to be said about having a nice, tight, satisfying trilogy of movies. And assuming that the third film is a very satisfying sequel, and I have all the faith in the world that it will be, it would be kind of nice to be able to walk away from that satisfied with the story, satisfied with however they decide to conclude these characters, having our blood lust satisfied one more time from this creative team and Art the Clown, and then being able to put Art the Clown to bed for a little while, at least 4 or 5 years maybe. That time flies a lot faster than we realize, and the older you get, the faster it goes. But I really want to see what Damien and everybody can do with another franchise, whether that's another original franchise, whether that's him taking over an existing franchise. I know there was a lot of headlines that went around a couple of months ago about him expressing interest in doing a Friday the 13th movie. I don't know if that would be the best fit for him or not, but I do want to see what else he can do, what else his creative team can do with things outside of Terrifier, because I'm not someone, I've seen a lot of criticism hailed at him and his team at this is all they can do, the gore porn, the excessive violence, this is all they can do. And I don't subscribe to that at all. Just because that's what they have become famous for and what they've become known for so far, I don't like to pigeonhole people that are creative and saying you can only do that one thing you succeeded in, because that's a practice in stupidity for me. So I really want to see what else this team has. I want to see what other creative ideas Damien has. I want to see what else they can do outside of Art the Clown and maybe even outside of the horror genre. Maybe he's got like an action thrill. We've seen Lee Winnell, who got famous doing Saw and Insidious, and then he went on to do things like Upgrade. Maybe he's got some of that in him. So I think it would be really cool despite how popular this franchise is, despite the fact that this is probably going to make a ton of money, given that the second one made significantly more than I think even Damien thought that it could, I would like to see this one be just a badass closing chapter to a trilogy. And then if we need to revisit Art the Clown, which I'm sure fans are going to be hungry for that regardless, we can do that in 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. But let's see what else the guy's got, because I'm curious. I want to see it. So what do you guys think? I know a lot of you guys are bloodthirsty out there for Terrifier 3, just like I am. What do you want to see? What do you not want to see? Even throw those answers down in the comment section below. Let me know what you are anticipating in regards to this Christmas slasher that's going to spill blood all over us next October. That's it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed that, please click over here for all of my 2023 new release reviews so far. And I'm also going to put my review for Terrifier 2 up here for you to check out. Please like, share, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my video. Tomorrow, I'm planning on doing a video similar to this about Saw 11, which was just announced yesterday. So stick around for that. And aside from that, guys, always remember, opinions are like assholes, but that doesn't mean you have to be.